Yo, what's good, people? What's good? So I've had, what can I say? I've had enough time to digest that defeat, enough time to reflect, enough time to rewatch the game, and and there's a lot, there's a lot wrong with Manchester United. There's no desire, there's no hunger, there's no willingness for for the players to fight for each other. It's like a lot of people say, yeah, we're picking on Rashford, but he literally is always walking when we're under attack. He doesn't put in a tackle when it's a 50-50. He'll dog out. He'll dog out of a race, and he's greedy. Ultimately, so greedy. He is so greedy. Like the his greediness will be the downfall, and is not even will be, it is the downfall of every striker that's at Man United, because this guy has played with Ibrahimovic, Wayne Rooney, Cavani, Ronaldo, and they never got the supply. Like, if we think about, he's also played with Lukaku. If you think about, the supply usually always came from Martial's 1-2s, or Shaw with a cross or something. But for Rashford to give you a ball, you always kind of like, it's a dream if it happens. Against Brighton, Hoyland, clear chances, clear runs, cross the ball, greediness. Cross the ball, greediness. Like, this guy is 26, IQ level. He when he's meant to pass, he'll try to take on a person. When he's meant to take on a person, he'll make a stupid pass. Like, I don't get how you've been playing it's almost 10 years playing in the senior team, and your IQ is still that of an academy kid. Like, he's worse than academy. He's worse than academy kid, to be honest. Because Pelistri doesn't do that. Garnacho doesn't do that. Garnacho, the City game, when he beats Ake, he puts in the cross. Rashford wouldn't have done that. Rashford would have tried to make a stupid cross. So, for me, that's the biggest problem. Then the other problem is the midfield. Oh my God, the midfield is rubbish. It is rubbish. Totally rubbish. I watched that game, right? I watched the game against Brighton. I looked at the way that midfield is, and all my days, I kid you not, I asked myself, Fred would never allow that type to be outrun like that. Fred would never allow players to just run past him like that. He'll take a yellow card for a team if he needed to. He'll make a tackle if he needs to. Bruno, non-existent tackles, always moaning. If always moaning. Casemiro, best CDM in the world. And currently he's not the best, but we know Casemiro's standard and we know how good he can be. But this season he looks out of it. He looks tired. He looks legged. So maybe it's a thing of he needs to get his form, but he looks bad currently. Ericsson can only be Ericsson. He'll give us the best he can, and the best he can give us. Our back line. Now, I don't know if our back line is struggling because now we've got a keeper that plays out from the back or not. Because when we had David De Gea, our defenders had to collect the ball to play it out. Now they don't need to do that. Now they need to open themselves up to receive the ball. But I feel like now we're playing a different style of having to open ourselves to allow our goalkeeper to come out and beat the press and give us the ball. But we're conceding goals like crazy. We've conceded more goals now than we conceded in our first five last season, and we were getting battered back to back. We were 20th last season at this time. We're now 13th, right? But my thing is, what is being done in training? What is, like, clearly training is happening, but clearly at the same time, I'm like, raw, man. These players are absolutely rubbish. Like, there's, like, guys, like, deep it, like think about it, right? Every single team in the Premier League plays better football than Manchester United, but Manchester United supposedly have the better talent. But every team plays better than, like, if, like, bro, like, I don't know if these players actually think about it and be like, yo, we are actually the worst players in Man United history. Like, these guys will go down as the worst players in Manchester United's history. They won't go down as you played for Manchester United. No one will care. People will always remember, what did you win with Manchester United? And they'll tell us the Carabao Cup. They will, what elite trophy have you won with Manchester United? And they'll be like, none. Because why? Because these are the worst players in Manchester United history. Like, they don't have the balls to play football. They're lazy. They've got egos. They've got egos, like they're winning stuff and they're winning nothing. Like, for the egos these guys have, they should be, like, bro, they should be doing what City do. They should be doing what Liverpool is doing. For the egos they have, but the egos they have is the reason they don't win anything. It's the reason they are rubbish. It's the reason they go down as the players with the biggest defeats by rivals in their books. Like, when people say, what do you remember Rashford for? I'll say, I remember him allowing Liverpool to beat us 5-0 at home, him allowing Liverpool to beat us 7-0. Wayne Rooney never allowed that. Cristiano Ronaldo never allowed that. These guys, we got Cristiano in, and he was being beat 5-0, and he was shocked. And he was like, wow, I didn't sign up for this. Being beat by Liverpool. So, bro, like, I don't know. All I can say is that it's a big mess. And yes, a lot of people, and yes, I will agree, Ten Hag has to take some of it. Like, he has to hold it. But at the same time, like, I honestly feel like no matter which manager comes in, these players are not up for it. And they show us this every season. And this is why I kept saying, I will never back these players ever again. I back the manager. Because these players are the same players who get every manager that comes in fired because they are not good enough. They are rubbish. They don't care. They go home in their fancy cars, fancy homes, whatever. And they forget that there are people who work double shifts just to come watch them, and they go out and display that horrible football. Like, that is the ultimate rubbish. And we can't forgive them. Like, we need to, we can't. Yes, I understand there's the Glazers, there's this, but bro, like, sometimes, yeah, you see, like, I always make an example. If you look at it, you see, like, with Newcastle, right, when they wanted their own, they players didn't down tool. They still fought, even though they were not good enough to win a lot of games, to stay up sometime. The players still came up on the pitch, gave 100%. These players do not give 100% every week. They decide when they give 100%. And it's for that reason they are not good enough to be wearing their badge. And to wear the badge is a privilege, because there are people out there who go to work every single day, 9 to 5, 5 to 9, just so they can come watch a single game, or come or buy season tickets to watch them, and that's the thank you they get from the players.